how much or how many, what will be the sales, or what will be the temperature tomorrow, what will be the amount of rainfall tomorrow, then it's mostly regression, right? And how it is going to be organized, then you go for clustering and k-means and other k and stuffs and all, right? And what should I do next, it's more of reinforcement learning, right? So when you move more towards a computer science background, this reinforcement learning, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, NLP would be like more of that. But this sector is very different, right? Different from the traditional data science, statistical, mathematical approach. Okay, so these are all some good of things. Okay, so yeah, so with that we will answer the questions. So these are all some of the recent trends: machine learning, deep learning, finance tech, IoT, big data, robotics, data science, insurtech, analytics, and computers. Like every way, some kind of data science is involved. Okay. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, even you can drop it in the chat box. Okay, I will just answer all those questions. Along with it, I will try to answer these things as well. Okay. Yeah, once again, let me pull out the PDF. Okay, so yeah, so these are all the 16 questions given to me. So I will take a minute or half for each question. Okay, so meanwhile, if you have any doubts, please ask in the chat box. Okay, so what type of new human task do you see rising with the expansion of analytics, right? It's kind of, this question is kind of vague. I kind of take it in a two things, because one thing is, if things are going to be automated, and what kind of new human task will be there, that is one thing. And with the rise of data science and machine learning as a role, what new job areas or new opportunities will be created, right? It's kind of like, as we have said, like just wanted to tell one example, right? So I have no people, I know people who are working in big MNCs, maybe Cognizant or TCS. So their job is to read mails, right? I know my friend, even now his job is to go to company and sit on his desk and read hundreds of mails, right? Do you think it is an efficient way to do things, right? All those mails or tickets raised by some company or some kind of customer, just because that they have developed a system using very old technology stack, they are not able to automate the process. But previously it's mostly rule based automation, right? But now AI and machine learning is there. You can the system itself is adaptive, it can learn from data and it can make decision on its own, right? So there is no point in reading 100 mails. Even your Gmail, previously it was everything in one list, right? But now it is being segregated into 4 or 5 parts. You can have personal emails, you can have marketing emails, promotion emails, so that it's easier for us to focus on which is important and which is not, right? So all sort of redundant task, repetitive task will be taken over by this kind of analytics or this kind of AI based stuffs, right? And humans will have much more things to explore. Like humans, we can, let's say, if a car can drive on its own, right? For, let's say, you are traveling, you are taking a tour. Okay, you will be traveling in your car for more than 500 kilometers. If your car can drive on its own in the highways, you can spend some time with your family, you can have a chat in the car, you can eat, you can sleep, you can do your works, right? So whole lot of, when automation comes in, people will have time to explore things what humans are meant to do. Humans are not meant to drive, or humans are not meant to read emails, or humans are not meant to do repetitive tasks, right? Because of the circumstances and situation right now, we are forced, or we are, it's kind of become a job or kind of become a role, right? So when this kind of techniques comes in, everything will be automated, there will be adaptive automation, right? Humans will have a lot more things to explore and stuff. But yeah, there will be like recent one message has been passing around the Facebook, right? So they'll say there is an Ola driver, so he's an Ola auto driver, right? He knows how, he figured out somehow how the Ola app works. So how the Ola is sending the like request to pick up an customer. He knows kind of how the algorithm works, when works, and how it works. So he kind of have an through that he made a lot of money, and he knows he can get more customers, right? So it is not, then an auto driver can't do data science, anyone can do anything. So all sort of repetitive tasks will be taken over by things, but people will be have better jobs, right? Maybe you can explore arts, you can learn music, right? You can do a whole lot of things, right? You can again, you can become a researcher and create new things, right? So it's not limited to anything. Anyone can do anything, right? And what is the most valuable technical skill to develop as a data science, right? Okay, so the second question. So coming up from the software engineering background or computer science background, I think the primary skill is programming, right? So through programming, so in there has been a culture being developed in US and other European countries. They start teaching programming through Scratch or other logical platforms to their in school level, in 8th standard, in 10th standard. Even in India, few ICSE board schools, or they are teaching logic programming. Why it is? It's not that you should know programming language. It kind of improves your analytical thinking or logical thinking. Like if you see a software engineer or someone, like it's his analytical thinking or its decision making will be like in a different level, because you'll be always thinking about a if loop or for loop, or what to do, how to do, how I can formulate this thing, or how I can write a code. So it actually puts lots of work to your brain. That is where it improves, right? So the first and primary skill is logical thinking, and again, it can be developed through programming or some kind of solving puzzles or some kind of coming up with some kind of thing where algorithms or logical things are involved, right? And the second thing to become a data scientist is uh, mathematical understanding, intuitive mathematical understanding, right? You should know what a math formula does, what means a distribution, what is mean, or what is what. You should be have a strong mathematical skills. And next is domain knowledge, right? Domain knowledge, let's say you are trying to break into finance sector. There is, you can get a job in World Bank or RBI or State Bank or anywhere, like a lot of visa or anywhere, like it again, it requires domain knowledge. Like you should be know what is finance, what is stocks, or what is interest, or whatever it is, something related to the banking sector. You should be know, so that only then you can actually solve that problem, right? So yeah, so those are the three things. The first is logical thinking, analytical thinking, programming, right? And second is mathematics, and third is domain knowledge. And what are the websites offer data science courses that are widely accepted? So certificates are no more valued anyway, right now there are, like, it's been saturated. It's good. It was great back in 2 or 3 years ago, but now it's been saturated. You can easily fake a certificate, or you can easily buy a certificate from any platform, let's say Coursera, Udacity, Udemy, whatever it is. The only thing is your project stand out, right? Go to Kaggle and actually work on some project. You can, your project is your resume, your project portfolio is your resume, not that you have completed course. So after getting into a company, you're not going to sit and write exams, or you are not going to get marks. You will be working, right? Like so the company will expect that. So you should be able to convince your recruiter that I have done these projects, I can solve a business problem, and I can do a whole lot of things. So building a proper project portfolio, let's say it's a visualization or Tableau notebook or some kind of COVID data analysis, or some kind of Indian educational analysis, like birth rate, whatever it is, like politician data. You take some data and you solve it, and that project portfolio will actually help in your getting your jobs. It's not that data science courses are always available for free in YouTube's and other places. Not that you have to pay and take up some courses. Those are all become irrelevant, right? So find up a mentor who can mentor you, who can guide you in your learning journey. And building a project portfolio is the prime thing. Okay, so Kaggle is one platform. You can go to Kaggle, and there are a whole lot of data sets available. You can work on this data, and you can improve your project portfolio and stuff and that, right? uh, why there is only placement for data science who have experience, not fresher? Yeah, and again, experience in the sense, as I said, even in your college you can get experienced, right? Let's say you are working on some projects right from your second year. By the end of fourth year, you will be having some 10 or 15 projects in your hand. Then you are experienced, right? Fresher is something who have not worked on any project. So company are not ready to hire a new candidate and train him and then deploy him in some production environment or some team, right? Now even school students are learning from YouTube and equipping themselves, right? So the first thing is, like, you can build your project. That way you can acquire experience. And the question itself says data science scientists are acquired who have very good experience. Like once you have experience, company will be recruiting you. It's not that experience doesn't comes from the company alone. Even in your colleges, you can team up with your staffs and faculty members. You can involve with them in their PhD projects, and you can help them and you can learn stuff. It's purely based on your interest, right? And recruitment as data science in government jobs. So data scientist jobs is not available as uh, some kind of UPSC group 1 or group 2, but it's available in this kind of like DRDO, ISRO, or some kind of Indian Engineering Service, IES, all those places. You have data science roles and you can apply for that, and you can join over there, right? And data science is applied every stream of business. Yeah, it's applied to every stream, education, everywhere. Even in politics is being used. I just wanted to show one meme, and I forgot this meme, right? And again, Aam Aadmi Party is actually recruiting machine learning internships, right? So that is one meme. It's not actually meme, it's actually true. Even if you go for LinkedIn and if you search for it, even political parties are hiring machine learning engineers for their team, right? So it's used everywhere. And data analytics and data science are same. Yeah, it's kind of similar. So all this data analytics, data science, analysis, analytics kind of an interrelated, but each one have different roles, right? So mostly it's yeah, a business analyst, an analyst will be dealing more with business problem, framing up the problem and see how it can be solved through data or deriving insight from the data. So business analyst role would be like that, right? Okay. And analysis is more in general, right? So I'll finish up this question, right? Data analytics. So data analytics is more of dealing with data, right? As I said, it's more of dealing with data and deriving insights from the data, right? And next we have a question somewhere here. Yeah, data analyst and business analyst. So business analyst more focus on business, less on data. Data analyst focus more on data, less on business. So that is the difference between data analyst and business analyst. Data science is a broader category and it involves machine learning, deep learning, modeling, deployment, whole lot of things over there. And when it comes to analysis and analytics, analysis kind of an you can deal with past data. You can take up some history and you can learn up with those history data and see what had happened, right? Analysis is more of predictive. So analysis is something related to history of data, and analysis is more of kind of predictive, right? You can do predictive analytics and stuff and all, right? Okay. And yeah, what stream or expertise in data science will be very useful? I kind of want to skip this question. And is data science or research or related field? Yeah, it's kind of related because data science is not as software development role, as I said, where you have predefined pathway and your end is a product. It's more of research is involved. Research is not something which is vague. You are trying to come up with some kind of new technique. It's something which is regular, like in software development, everything as a procedure. It's been already development. We put up models and we come up with a software, right? That is how software engineering works. But when it comes to data science, more of research is involved there than the development. So software engineering is 100% development. So things are already there. You put up, you bring together, and you build up a software. But data science, 50% is development and 50% is research, right? And data science, being in computer science or IT is mandatory for learning data science. Not having like computer science IT degree is not mandatory, but knowing computer science and IT is kind of an mandatory becoming these days, right? So if you're taking up a statistic role or a mathematic advisor or some kind of business analyst role, even then, even there you will be dealing with computers and stuff and all. Not that you should be knowing data structure, complex algorithms, all sort of stuff and all, but you should be knowing some kind of basic computer science, because when you are dealing with data structure is involved, right? You should be knowing what is array, list, hash tables, database and stuff and all. And again, when it comes to algorithms, and again, it's kind of search algorithm, binary search. Hope you would have learned all those things in your school days, right? Those are all simple algorithms. Just a prerequisite of all those top level algorithms and tools you should be knowing. That is mandatory kind of thing. And this question is being answered. And common data visualization tools, Power BI, Tableau, okay. And third thing is D3. So D3 is more of software engineering tool, like, and you can build up beautiful visualization, right? And you have tsne. Using tsne you can visualize hyperdimensional data. Tsne is also there, right? And even in pandas, in matplotlib, okay, matplotlib is there, seaborn is there, If you are dealing with Python, then Matplotlib and Seaborn are kind of a great tool, and even Pandas has some kind of visualization capability. But when it comes to a software kind of thing, then Power BI and Tableau. Okay. Scope of data science in India does mean most of the companies in India use machine learning. Definitely they will be using, even if it is not today, the next 5 years going to be a transformative in the industries, every sector. Even hospitals they have data science engineers. Even in government they have data science engineers. Even agriculture they have data science engineers. So everyone are recruiting some kind of data science engineers to make use of data, because the first thing is they have automated. They have put up some software and they have automated things. The next thing is making use of those data, right? So collecting the data is alone not the key thing, right? Once you have put up a software and people have enrolled to your software, now there are a billion customers, like let's say now we are a million customers in your software. And next what you do, so using all those data, some customer information or their um, buying pattern or whatever it is, you should be doing some kind of insight to improve the sales or whatever it is, right? And yeah, it's everywhere. It's not limited to one domain. Definitely in India, the job domain in, you can just go online and search for data science roles and all. Every day, if you search every day, some 100 new roles will be posted. But we don't have just enough engineers for to fit in those roles, right? So that is one case. And what are the programming language should data scientists should be strong? Logical thinking. Programming, as I said, is just a tool, you can pick it up anytime. But to start with, from MBA perspective, R and Python would be a perfect choice. Those two languages will be more than sufficient to survive in the data science area. But when you're moving towards deep learning or some kind of computer vision or NLP, you'll be learning some kind of latest languages like Swift. And sometimes even for deployment you need C++ and C and stuff and all. Okay. And how to start a career in data science? Okay. Yeah, so find a mentor, right? Okay, so find a mentor and to learn stuffs online. All lot of resources are available online. You can go online and you can learn a whole lot of resources. Okay. And next is solve problems, like try to solve problems or try to solve Kaggle problems or try to build your own visualization tool or own prediction tool, whatever it is, right? So as you practice things, you will get used to it and you will actually realize or get to know what the domain actually expert is. It's not that something something which can be like ordered or which can be told and done. It has to be explored, right? It has to be explored on your own, because it doesn't have one predefined path. Because coming from an electronic background, I used to deal with PCB boards, electronic circuits, wires and stuff. But 3 years down the line, I ended up as a data science engineer or machine learning engineer. So everyone has a different path, right? So yeah, you can start with, like, you are in your college, all those courses will be more than sufficient. But don't just learn it as a theory, right? When you learn it as a theory, go online and see how it can be implemented practically, right? Practically implemented, solve problems. So solving problems is the only way to actually get into the domain, right? Without any experience, even if you have 100 certificates, even if you have every formula by heart, right, you are not going to get a job. But even you are college dropout, if you have done some decent project in your data science, you can get a very high salary package job in any type of any top MNCs. So that is the ground reality right now. Okay. Yeah, so with that, I think I have answered most of the questions. Sorry, I had to speed it up because due to time constraint, right? Yeah, so thank you so much. I think still we have 10 or 15 participants left. I think this session would have been most useful to you. And yeah, and just 2 more minutes, I will take it up to tell about the community, what we are doing. Okay, with that, we will finish it up the session. And yeah, give me a minute. Okay, sorry. And again, mathematics also one of the important like topic or subject to be covered, to be get expertised in, because as you know, everything is just numbers, right? So these are all the areas which you should be knowing. Linear algebra, probability and statistic, multivariate calculus and algorithm complexity, right? So these are all the areas, like it's data science must math for data science roles. Okay. Yeah. So I will try to share this slide. I'll just minify this slide and remove some of the important things, and the rest of the slide I will try to share it with you. I'll just email it to the Kamal Kanansa so that he can circulate around the students and stuff and all. Okay. Yeah. And with that, we have few things to cover. So what are communities? So we have so like as you said, like how to start a career, how to get internship opportunities, how to actually be in the pace, how, because technology is moving rapid fast, like every day new algorithm, new techniques, it's being coming out. It's not, it's very hard for us to keep it up with the pace, right? So what you can do is you can join a community is nothing but a group of like-minded people, right? Like-minded people in the sense, you would have known about Stack Overflow, Quora, FastAI forums, and local developer meetups, right? So you can join any of those communities online or offline, and you can exchange your knowledge, you can share their knowledge. So we have conducted more than 15 plus webinars in the last 2 through 3 months, right? So most of the students have been benefited out of it. So if you enroll for our if you join our community, you will be like sharing all those information to you. We have a curriculum planned, we have a syllabus, we have free resources compiled, everything we will share it with you. It's entirely free. It's more a lot of community effort to just upskill the skills of our people and of our students, right? And community is a place for learning, sharing, recognition, getting hired, internship opportunities, job opportunities, whole lot of things you can avail through the community efforts, right? Okay. And yeah, and we have a whole lot of communities. I'll be sharing the community links, right? So the two important communities in Coimbatore, so we have extended it to Salem as well, right? So in Salem, in Coimbatore, we have started as School of AI Coimbatore. So it's mostly focused on AI in general. We will be dealing with robotics, computer vision, data analytics, data science, machine learning, data engineering, software engineering, a whole lot of things. And next we have TensorFlow user group Coimbatore, which is sponsored by Google, and we have open main community. So we have all those three communities. We have active members, we have an active WhatsApp group, we have a whole lot of members involving learning through the community. So I will share all those links in the chat box right now. You can make use of those links, right? And these are all some of our members, and anyone can join. Even we have a 10-year-old kid in our community, anyone can join our community. So these are all some of our organizing teams. And in the volunteer team, we have few faculties from Sona engineering. So Anand sir and Manju ma'am, they are from the Cipro team, right? So they've been actively mentoring and helping with the community stuffs and all, right? And myself, we am leading the community from Coimbatore. It's not limited to Coimbatore alone. We are covering up Salem, Erode, Metupalayam, Polachi, in and around Coimbatore and stuffs and all. Okay. And yeah, we are in collaboration with the Sona College of Technology as well, like Cipro Lab. We are close association with the EC department, Sebnian sir, and Ramakrishna Mission Vedila Coimbatore. So we are extending it up to a lot more colleges in the after the post COVID, right? So hope most probably we'll be associating with the Sona MBA as well, right? And so yeah, with that, thank you for being patient. Like I think I have took up some extra 20 or 30 more minutes. So it's an extensive topic. It's the time is not enough. Like I can talk for a whole day on this thing. So if you need any kind of personal help or personal mentorship or some kind of help regarding the software part or the data part or whatever it is, feel free to reach out to me. So I'm Navneet. You can find me, you can email me. That's my WhatsApp number or primary mobile number. You can read my blogs. You can follow me on LinkedIn. So why it is, I will be posting regular contents about the free events, new frameworks, about the meetups, internship opportunities, or some kind of everything. Whatever I do on for community, I will be posting out in these handles, so you can get up to date and make use of it, right? And thank you so much. Yeah, so thank you for uh, being patient for the entire session. And Kamal sir, if you're online, you can take over. Kamal sir. So I think he is not here. So yeah, thank you everyone. Take care, stay safe, and yeah, stay within your houses and take care of yourself. And meanwhile, don't waste time. During this time, you can relax and sit in your home, and you can upskill yourself. You can learn a whole lot of new technologies and stuffs and all, right? And regarding the links and stuffs and all, I will share it to Kamalakanan sir, so that it will be distributed to every participant, right? Like right now we have only 5 or 6 left. I will be share it to the Kamalakanan sir. I can see Nitya ma'am is online. Hello ma'am. Hi. Yeah, with that, bye everyone. If you have any question, you can drop in the chat box, or else we will end up the session right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.